Hey everyone, just quickly popping in before this video starts just to let you know that we now have a Blue Sky page. We were never on that website owned by that man, but yeah, we've got a Blue Sky page now, so if you want updates on videos or just some personal stuff from us, then please do follow us on there. This video was shot last month, so I've got a different haircut in the actual video, and also it was a little bit painful to film because of delays and all that, so apologies if it's a bit hacked together, but I tried my best to make it work and not sacrifice such an intensive shoot. Anyway, enjoy the video. What are you doing, Shark? Get out of the way. Greetings viewers, Hugh here coming to you from outside Sudbury Town Station on the Piccadilly Line, which, if you don't know, is my favourite tube line. And well, this video kind of has two purposes. One of them is to visit some lovely stations on these western branches of the line that either are very nice or have some personal meaning to me. But the second thing is, it's also going to be a fun send-off, as the Piccadilly Line is going to get new trains within the next couple of years, and that means saying goodbye to the one and only 1973 stock. And I thought there would be no other way to send off the 1973 stock than visiting some of the amazing stations it serves. So, without further ado, let's go! So of course it's important to mention that I'm not the first person to talk about Sudbury Town and how nice a station it is. Of course Jeff's talked about it many times, but it genuinely still is an incredible station to look around. So we'll just head inside before I get my train down to my second stop to just look around the place. Annoyingly though, today they're just running a shuttle to Acton Town. It's a bit delayed, but anyway, let's have a look. So I'm in the ticket hall with the clock and barometer, which is very nice, but I didn't know there's actually a wooden model of the station in the middle of the ticket hall. That's really, really cool. I didn't know this was here. I don't know how long this has been here, but still, it's a very, very nice piece of work. And there's, of course, a ticket booth. Anyway, we're going to go through the barriers now onto the platforms. Okay, so we're now on the platforms here. First time I've ever been through an oyster barrier where it doesn't beep. It just went bzz, and then I went through, which is a bit weird. But yeah, we're on the platforms here at Sudbury Town. There's something, of course there's many things to talk about, like the serif signs, which I'll get to in a second. But something I don't think anybody's talked about is the unique lampposts, which I still think is like a really cool fixture of this place. Only the bulb's broken on that one, but still, it's very cool. So of course, I'm at Sudbury Town. I can't not mention that the sign has a unique Johnston serif font, which is of course very cool. There's something I completely forgot about, even though I've been here a couple times already. If you might remember, I did a tube challenge thing, not like, you know, the timed one, but taking pictures of all the roundels of all the stations in 1 year, which I did. And all the signs here are actually in serif, which is actually really, really cool. I really like that. And I actually found out something about that model. That model apparently is a companion to an art illustration of a map on the ceiling of the waiting rooms, and there's one just over there. So let's have a quick look at that. Of course, I probably should mention that this station is very close to London's new least used station, Sudbury and Harrow Road, although Jeff Marshall and Ricky Federick have both done really good videos on that, so, you know, I can't really compete with that. But anyway, I think I've said all there really is to be said about Sudbury Town that hasn't been said already, so I'm going to be waiting here for another 7 or so minutes for my train to my next stop, which is Park Royal. Sorry. Very much. We made it to Park Royal. So the main reason why I'm here at Park Royal is because it has a little bit of personal significance for me, as it's located right next to the A40 road that goes up to Oxfordshire, Buckinghamshire, all that. And as a kid, I would drive up there quite a lot with my family, and I would go past this station quite a lot of the time, and I just remember thinking it looked really cool with the tower. Anyway, let's have a look around. So I'm on the footbridge here at Park Royal, and I've spotted something really, really cool. There is this old sign right here from when the station was originally built in the 1930s, because the Piccadilly Line first ran up to South Harrow in the 1930s. And look at some of the destinations on that board. Those look like District Line destinations, don't they? Well, this used to be the District Railway. The District Line used to use this track, and I think it still used it right up until I think the 50s. And in fact, there's even a sign down there that says this is an original feature that's been retained if you want to actually use the District Line change at Hammersmith. So I think that's really, really cool. And of course, being a Holden station, it's got an absolutely wonderful ticket hall. Okay, so this is unrelated to the subject of the video, but I'm still getting used to this. I think this is the first video we've filmed since it happened. Still getting used to this. I've got to be honest, I love the colours, the names are a little bit rough. So, apologies if you can't really hear me. Of course, I'm right next to a very busy road. But as I said, the main reason why I've come here to Park Royal is because as a kid, I used to go up this road all the time with my parents to go and see friends. And I always went past this distinct tower at the station building. I just remember it being really cool. And of course, looking back there, it's got the design of a typical underground station at the time. It's got like a shopping parade, a bus station. It's got it all really, and it's actually a very nice station. So I'd say if Sudbury Town's a bit overrated to you, come to Park Royal. Park Royal's got a lot to offer. Anyway, I'm going to wait around here a bit, and then I'm going to be getting a train back down to Acton Town, where we're going to head on to the Heathrow line. Sun's come out as I head back in, but yeah, Park Royal, it's a very, very nice station. But anyway, as I said, we're going to be going down to Acton Town and changing onto the Heathrow line. And, well, my next station might be a bit controversial, but it's got some personal meaning. Anyway, let's go to Acton Town. I do just really like the view you get of the building from down here on the platforms as well. It's just really, really nice. Slightly awkward camera angle because of the sun, but like I said, that's why I love Park Royal, just that design. It's just really, really nice. So, as I was travelling down towards Acton Town, from this point onward, the video went a bit haywire. This is not the easiest shoot, as apparently earlier today there was a points failure at Northfields, and it's just resulted in a bunch of delays, but it says on the board over there here at Acton Town that there is a Heathrow train coming very soon, so fingers crossed we'll be on our way shortly. Ooh, empty-ish carriage. Well, not really, but
service to Heathrow Terminals 4.
Not gonna lie, that was a little bit stressful here at Acton Town. I didn't film that much here because I was, yeah, a bit freaked out because it's a bit of a hard shoot this because the Piccadilly Line's got a lot of delays, but hopefully we will soon be on our way to our next stop, which is Hatton Cross. There's the M4. I distinctly remember seeing these trains cross the bridge while driving to and from Heathrow. One thing I remember always loving about the 73's is that they always had these posters here showing, you know, the sites you can visit on the Piccadilly Line, because, well, it's kind of the most touristy line in the middle, isn't it? Yeah, that'll be something to miss when these trains go. I don't know if the new trains would have that, but it's something that distinctly makes me think of the 73. Okay, we have arrived at Hatton Cross, and I know a lot of you are thinking, what the hell are you doing here? This station is rubbish. It was built in the 1970s and it's brutalist, and it was only useful for about 2 years. Well, let's go outside and I'll explain why it has a personal meaning to me. So then, why am I at Hatton Cross? Well, the simple answer is my passion for aviation. Before I liked trains, my main passion was planes, and I used to come here all the time by tube to watch aircraft landing at Heathrow. There comes one now, in fact. British Airways A320 for you nerds. But yeah, that's the significance of Hatton Cross and why I've come here. But I've also spotted something really interesting they've added since I last came here, which was about a year ago. But before that, here's just a few videos of planes landing at Heathrow. Enjoy! Apparently part of the area outside of the station is being turned into an energy garden. Not really sure what that is, but my point is, that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. I'm here to talk about the artwork up there, which shows that bird-shaped object. But what is that? Well, that was, for many years, the logo of British Airways. And there's a poster there. I think it relates to this garden thing that was a partnership between TfL and British Airways to put up this art here. And it gets even better when you get onto the platforms, but still, I think it's a very nice way to make this station look a bit more nicer. And in fact, as another plane lands, there's even some bird boxes there, which I still think is really cool. Anyway, let's head on to our next destination, which is just down the road, in fact. You can see some of the more eco-orientated art in this window here as well, which is really, really awesome. Anyway, down to the platforms. So I'm back on the platforms here at Hatton Cross. You've got a unique view of two different trains here in their original habitat. It was for the Heathrow line that the 1973 stop was built. So this is why it's kind of cool to come down here to see them in action. Anyway, my next destination is Heathrow Terminal 4 for reasons I'll explain in a minute. This train here is going to Terminal 5, so I can't take it, but anyway. So my bad luck just kept getting worse, as I'm now standing on the platforms at Hatton Cross for a further half hour. These delays are really getting to me. After an eternal wait here at Hatton Cross, what's felt like, I think, half an hour, finally there's a Terminal 4 train in 2 minutes. Yeah, it's not been a very easy video to film this, but on to Terminal 4, where hopefully I can talk all about the 73 stock. Anyway, see you there. That was a really long way at Hatton Cross, but we've arrived at Heathrow Terminal 4, and the train, well, it stays in the platform here for a while. So what I'm going to do is actually give the 73 stock a proper look, so join me. So what's first important to point out is that this is not the original interior. This was refurbished by Eurorail Bombardier about 20-25 years ago. So these seats aren't original, all of this is new, although it's clearly got some very nice features, like this vent. Doesn't have air conditioning, remember? No cheap train, except the subsurface ones actually have air conditioning. And a refurbed edition that's notable is the windows in the end of the carriage there. They used to just have solid block, and also the floor used to be wood, but it was changed following the King's Cross fire, I believe, and cheap trains had to be made a lot safer. And there's also some other quirks, so we'll head to the end of the carriage. So of course something the new trains are not going to have is separate carriages, and therefore interconnecting doors. I'm not going to go through because I don't want to risk getting prosecuted for doing that, because they're for emergency use only. But yeah, you're going to say goodbye to these and say hello to walk-through trains, which I guess is better. And of course, as I said earlier, these windows are not original. They were part of the retrofit that was done to them midway through their life. One thing I do still find a bit weird about these trains, there's a space for a fire extinguisher, yet no fire extinguisher is actually in situ. A little bit weird if you ask me. So we're leaving Terminal 4 now. I'm probably not going to talk until we get to my final destination, which is back at Northfields. So yeah, I'll see you there. Okay, we have arrived at my final stop for the day, Northfields. I did not film on the train because it was one of the first trains to come through Heathrow after the delays. It's just way too busy, so yeah. Anyway, let's go outside because there's some nice stuff out there. After a rather stressful last hour, coming here to Northfields is like a nice little break. There's just this very nice open ticket hall, which is absolutely beautiful, and there's even like an old phone sign. This is what I love about the Tube. You just get these massively great stations. Anyway, I'm gonna head outside now, where we're gonna wrap this video up. Here outside Northfield Station is where I feel I should end this little video. I really hope you enjoyed this video, not only as a way of exploring some nice stations on the Piccadilly Line that are either really beautiful or have a personal meaning to me, but also as a nice send-off to the 1973 stock train, which of course won't be running on this line in 2 years, with the new Siemens 2024 stock coming in. Although, even though I'm not normally a fan of older trains, the 73 stock I make an exception for, because I just have a lot of memories associated with it. However, the new trains are going to bring a lot of good stuff like walk-through carriages, air conditioning, longer trains, which ultimately will benefit the Piccadilly Line, as it's a very busy line. It's a big tourist line, it runs to Heathrow, it's very long, so it's certainly going to need it. I do hope also you put up with the long amount of dwell in this video, because this was not an easy video to film, as right now there are massive delays on the Piccadilly Line, not only with the Uxbridge closure, but literally during the course of filming this video, there was a points failure right here, and that made filming the last part of this video a little bit stressful. But regardless, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!